if you just graduated, you must learn this about money. I get it, you're excited about the future, but if you don't get a solid grip on your finances now, you might be setting yourself up for some serious struggles later on. Think about it, all those student loans, your first real job, and those big life decisions you'll have to make soon. It's a lot to handle, right? But here's the thing, you don't have to go at it alone. The key to navigating this is building a strong financial foundation, starting now. It's crazy how many people graduate thinking they'll just figure it out as they go. But trust me, the ones who succeed financially aren't the ones who procrastinate, they're the ones who start early, who build good habits, and who understand that personal finance is not just about making money, but about managing it well. Just like a new driver learning to navigate traffic, you need to know the rules of the road before you get behind the wheel. The truth is, if you wait too long to start taking your money seriously, you'll end up in debt, stuck in the rat race, and with regrets. But don't worry, there's a way out of it, and it starts with knowing what you need to do today to secure a strong financial future. By the end of this video, you'll learn the steps that'll change how you look at money forever. So, if you're ready to stop stressing about money and start building wealth for yourself, keep watching. So, here's the deal. You just graduated, right? Everything feels like it's happening at once, new job, new responsibilities, maybe even a new place to live. But there's one thing you probably haven't given much thought to yet, your credit score. Trust me, I get it. You're not thinking about a credit score when you're still getting your feet under you, but believe me, it's gonna matter more than you think. In movies like The Pursuit of Happiness, Will Smith's character is all about hustle and making things work, but even he had to deal with the reality, credit plays a huge part in that hustle. That credit score will determine whether you can rent an apartment, secure loans, or even land some jobs down the road. Start now. Just get a credit card, even if it's one with a small limit, and make sure you pay it off each month. Building that good credit habit early will pay off big time. Now, I'm not saying you need to get crazy with credit cards. That's not the point. But you want to show creditors that you can handle debt responsibly. If you watch Moneyball, you'll see how important it is to play the long game, just like Brad Pitt's character. He doesn't just pick players based on who looks good, he focuses on stats that will pay off down the line. Building credit is kind of the same, you're laying the groundwork for financial success in the future. Start with something small, like that credit card with a $500 limit. It's easy to manage and gives you a quick win. Here's the kicker, by paying that card off every month, your credit score will steadily increase. You'll also show potential landlords, employers, and lenders that you're someone they can trust with credit. It's just a small step now, but down the line, it could save you thousands in loan interest or secure you a prime apartment in a great neighborhood. And if you think it doesn't matter now, think about how easily it could affect you in the future when you want to make a big purchase. The earlier you start, the better. So, let me break it down in simple terms. Building credit isn't a maybe thing, it's a must if you want to level up your financial game. That's just one piece of the puzzle. But you know what? There's more you need to do. And once you get that credit thing down, the next thing you'll want to do is figure out how to control your money with a solid budget. So stay tuned, because coming up, I'm going to show you how to get your budget in check without feeling restricted. Alright, let's talk about budgeting. It may sound simple, but trust me, it's the backbone of financial stability. Just like how the Avengers had to come together and use their unique skills to defeat Thanos, your financial success requires teamwork, and the budget is your starting point. Without it, you'll be like a character in a movie just winging it, hoping things work out. But with a budget, you've got a clear game plan. Track your income and expenses. You'd be surprised how much clarity this simple step gives. Use apps like Mint or Anab. You need a budget to categorize everything: food, entertainment, savings. They'll help you stay on top of where your money goes. Now, I know what you're thinking, a budget sounds restrictive, like a no-fun zone. But here's the thing, budgets actually give you more freedom in the long run. Think of it like this, in the Fast and Furious movies, Vin Diesel's character Dom knows how to plan his moves ahead of time, and that's how he comes out on top. When you have a budget, you know exactly where your money is going, so when an unexpected expense pops up, like a car repair or a surprise medical bill, you're not freaking out. You've already accounted for it. You're in control. Another great way to budget is by setting specific goals for each category. You're not just mindlessly assigning numbers to random categories. No. You're creating a strategy. For example, if you're aiming to save for a vacation or an emergency fund, set a realistic goal. Break down how much you need to save each month. That's going to give you the motivation to keep going. Just like in sports movies, like Rocky, where every punch he takes brings him closer to the title, each dollar you save gets you closer to your goal. The beauty of sticking to a budget is how it builds momentum. You might not see huge changes overnight, but over time, you'll start noticing more money in your savings account, fewer impulse buys, and more financial freedom. You'll be on track for something much bigger than just surviving paycheck to paycheck. And trust me, once you see those numbers add up, you're gonna feel unstoppable. But before you get too comfortable, there's something else you need to focus on: paying off those high-interest debts, and fast. It's time to make moves, and we'll dive into that next. When it comes to tackling debt, especially high-interest debt, you've got to act fast. Think about it, it's like being stuck in a Jaws movie, but the shark is your credit card debt. The longer you wait to take action, the bigger that shark gets, and trust me, you don't want to end up in the deep end. If you've got student loans or credit card debt, the first step is to prioritize the high-interest stuff. It's the same as in the Hunger Games. You've got to take out the biggest threats first if you want to survive. High-interest debt isn't just annoying, it's draining your money every month. Once you've got a game plan for your high-interest debts, start making bigger payments. If you're just paying the minimum, you're throwing money into a bottomless pit. I'm talking about credit cards with 20% or more interest rates. So, here's what you do: use the avalanche method, where you focus on the debt with the highest interest first. Imagine you're in a Mission Impossible scene, where every move counts and has a purpose. By cutting out the high-interest debt, you free up more money to put toward your future investments and savings. But hey, this doesn't mean you should ignore your other debts entirely. Once you've knocked out the high-interest stuff, move on to the next. It's kind of like climbing a mountain, step by step. As you work your way down the mountain of debt, you'll feel more accomplished, and your wallet will thank you. Plus, once that debt's out of your life, you'll have more room to breathe and make smart financial moves, like investing. Yes, you're going to be able to invest in your future when you aren't drowning in debt anymore. Here's the thing about getting rid of debt: it's not about perfection, it's about progress. Just like in The Pursuit of Happiness, Will Smith's character didn't give up despite everything falling apart around him. If you're consistently chipping away at your debt, you'll start seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. And once you're out of that debt cycle, you'll feel like you can finally breathe. Now, it's time to talk about how to start saving, because as we all know, you can't just focus on getting rid of the bad stuff, you need to start building something positive. And that's what we're diving into next. Saving might seem like something you don't have to think about until you're making a big salary, but trust me, the earlier you start, the better off you'll be. Think of it like planting a tree. It might seem small at first, but over time, it'll grow into something substantial. Even if you're only saving a little bit of money each month, it adds up. You know that saying, the early bird catches the worm? Well, when it comes to saving, the earlier you start, the more you'll reap the rewards. Look, you don't need to be pulling in six figures to start saving for your future. Now, let's get into some real talk. Start small. Open a high-yield savings account. Most of them offer much better interest than your regular savings account. You'd be surprised how much those small wins stack up over time. It's like investing in your future without even having to think too hard about it. For example, saving just 10% of your income, even if it's only $100, could be the foundation you need to build an emergency fund. Plus, thanks to compound interest, those early deposits will start growing faster than you think. It's like you're planting seeds now for a future you won't even recognize. Remember that scene from The Social Network, where Mark Zuckerberg is going all in on something that most people would think is risky? Well, saving doesn't have to be risky. It's about being consistent and smart. Even if you're only saving a few bucks at first, the key is to just get started. I know it's easy to think, I don't have enough to save. But think about it, if you wait until you have enough, you'll never start. It's like waiting for the perfect time to go to the gym, you've just got to jump in and do it. Even if you're only putting aside a few dollars at first, it's still something. And don't forget, Saving doesn't mean you're living a life of deprivation. It just means you're setting yourself up for a better, more secure future. Remember the movie Moneyball, where Brad Pitt's character is making smart choices with limited resources? That's you, using what you've got wisely. So, even if you're saving small amounts, it'll pay off in the long run. It's time to think about your future and how a little bit of saving now can put you in a much better place down the line. And as you save, you can start looking into the next step, investing. Stay tuned for that. When it comes to building wealth, one of the best investments you can make is in yourself. It sounds cliche, but hear me out. If you're not constantly learning, growing, and improving, you're going to fall behind. I remember when my mom would always tell me, your education is the one thing that no one can ever take away from you. It stuck with me, especially when I started to see how much knowledge and skills could actually change my life. Whether it's learning a new skill, reading a book, or taking an online course, investing in your mind pays off big time. It's easy to get distracted by the latest gadgets or flashy cars, but let me tell you something, the most valuable asset you have is your brain. The more you feed it, the more it grows. And you don't have to break the bank to do it. There are so many free or affordable resources out there that can level up your knowledge in a hurry. Take a free course on finance, learn how to negotiate better, or pick up a book on entrepreneurship. These things might not seem like much now, but they're like planting little seeds that will grow into huge opportunities later. Think about it. When you invest in yourself, you're not just growing your skills, you're also growing your confidence. Confidence to speak up, to take risks, and to go after opportunities that others might shy away from. One of the best examples of this is the rise of self-taught billionaires, like Elon Musk and Richard Branson. They didn't wait for a degree or formal education, they just kept learning, kept pushing, and eventually, they built empires. That's the power of investing in yourself. And, by the way, investing in yourself doesn't just mean learning new things, it's also about taking care of your health, mental well-being, and building habits that support your goals. Your physical health, mental clarity, and emotional resilience are just as important as your financial knowledge. It all ties together. So, don't wait. Start now, no matter where you are. You're your best investment. Relying on just one income source? That's like putting all your eggs in one basket, and trust me, in today's world, that's a risky move. Building multiple streams of income can seriously change the game for you. Think of it like the character Walter White from Breaking Bad. He started off as a high school teacher, barely scraping by. But once he started hustling with different side gigs, in his case, a very unconventional one, his financial situation took a wild turn. Not that we recommend following his path exactly, but the idea of creating multiple streams of income is solid. Having just one source of income makes you vulnerable to whatever life throws your way. Layoffs, medical emergencies, a downturn in the market, anything can happen. That's why diversifying is key. You could start with something simple, like offering a skill you have, or even turning a hobby into cash. For instance, if you love photography, you could sell prints online, or if you're good at writing, you could start freelancing. Apps like Fiverr and Upwork are great platforms to start building your side hustle while keeping your main job. The beauty of having multiple streams is that it creates a financial cushion. Imagine this, your main job is paying the bills, but the side gigs are funding your dreams, whether that's traveling, investing in stocks, or saving up for a big purchase. It takes the pressure off, and you feel like you have more control over your financial destiny. Plus, side hustles can eventually replace your main income if you play your cards right. Take people like Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx. She was a door-to-door fax machine salesperson before her side hustle turned into a billion-dollar empire. And don't forget that it's not just about money, it's about freedom. The more you diversify, the more options you have. For example, let's say you want to take a break from your day job to focus on a new business idea. If you have passive income flowing in from investments or freelance work, you've got the flexibility to take that leap. So, start exploring how you can create income outside of your regular paycheck. Your future self will thank you. When it comes to money management, it's easy to get distracted by the hustle and bustle of life. But here's the deal, integrity and discipline are the foundation of long-term success. Think about a character like Captain America. He's not just strong physically, but his moral compass and discipline are what make him a true leader. He doesn't waver from his core values, even when everyone around him does. That's the kind of mindset you need to adopt when managing your money. Staying disciplined with your finances is like sticking to a workout routine. At first, it's tough, and you might not see the results immediately. But if you stick with it, you'll start to see the benefits. Whether it's following your budget, avoiding impulse buys, or investing consistently, staying disciplined will pay off over time. And let's be real, there's nothing more satisfying than knowing you made a smart financial decision when everyone else around you is scrambling to make ends meet. But discipline doesn't just mean sticking to the numbers, it's also about integrity. The way you handle your money says a lot about your character. So, when you make decisions, whether it's how much you save, how much you invest, or how you handle debt, make sure you're doing it in a way that aligns with your values. Avoid shortcuts or get-rich-quick schemes, like the ones that seem to pop up all over Instagram. Those may offer immediate rewards, but they rarely lead to long-term success. The discipline to make smart choices every day and the integrity to stick to your principles are what will truly set you apart. It's easy to get tempted, but trust me, the long game is always worth it. By standing firm in your values, you'll build not just wealth, but a strong foundation for a future that reflects who you are and the life you've always wanted. Remember how overwhelming it felt when you first graduated? It might have seemed like the world was a maze of bills, debt, and financial unknowns. But now, you have the tools to take control and make smart money moves that will change your life. The hard part is behind you. Now, it's time to take action. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss more game-changing tips. You're not alone in this, there's always more to learn, and I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Now, if you're serious about not just managing money but mastering it, there's something that can take your financial game to the next level. Click the link in the pinned comment to access holistic health, nourish your mind, balance your finances, transform your life. This will show you exactly how to create passive income streams, eliminate debt, and maintain mental clarity even under financial pressure. Don't wait, start transforming your finances today. Check out the material in the pinned comment and take the first step toward a better financial future now.